Okay, now we're into problem number 3. Problem number 3 says, the figure above, go slow, shows the graph of the piecewise linear function f. So this is the graph of f for the time period -4 to 12. Okay, I can see that. The function g is defined by this integral. Okay, part A. Part A says, does G, not F, have a relative min, relative max, or neither at x equal 10? So I have to remember right here from the golden notes. G has a relative max when G prime changes positive to negative. So this is my formula for G. I need to go find the formula for G prime. No big deal. I just take that formula for G right here and I apply the derivative operator. It must be d over dx because this is G of x. So the derivative of G right here, the derivative of G, is exactly the same thing as the derivative of this integral. So now I use my rule on the golden notes, and that derivative becomes f of not t anymore, but f of the upper limit. So f of x multiplied by derivative of that upper limit minus f, not of t anymore, but f of the lower limit multiplied by the derivative of that lower limit. Again, this has to be over dx because we're working with a function that is in terms of x. So after using that rule, I discover, just erase everything fast, I discover this is going to equal 0 right here, which means 0 times f of 2 would also be 0. Dx is 1, so I figured out that G prime is the same thing as f. Very common on AP test problems, but always use the rule so you don't get tricked. 1 point if you have G prime equal f written on your paper. I've mentioned that before, that this is used in a lot of problems, so make sure you write it down to get that point if they're going to give it to you. Sometimes they give the point, sometimes they don't. So now I can look and say this thing, okay, G has a relative max when G prime changes positive to negative. This is now the graph of G prime. I'm supposed to be looking at x equal 10. Hey, there we go. At x equal 10, the values of G prime are changing from negative to 0 back to negative. Those values of G prime did not change from positive to negative. So now I just have to write that out. So here's my explanation. At x equal 10, G prime does not change sign. Therefore, G does not have a relative min or a relative max at x equal 10. That's the second of the 2 points.